On this note, welcome to episode 16.
Welcome. Or as they say in Scarborough, Wagwan. It's episode 16,
Yes.
which means 16 lovely weeks of chatting with us. That means we've clocked, I think it's about 40 hours
40 hours.
of chatting. So we've had a whole work week.
Damn.
We have about, for watch hours, I think we hit, I think it's like 400 watch hours.
What is like
That
you're
means
gonna have to...
people have watched us for 400 hours.
Seriously.
So we've 10x'd.
Bravo. Thank you, everybody.
Which I'm like, okay, if we've talked for 40 hours and people
Yeah.
have watched us for 10 times that,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you get to see like all the numbers, right? I think it's
It's pretty good.
You get to see all the numbers
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the end
yeah.
of the day. So I'm just seeing like what I'm posting on my feeds, right? So, yeah. So I'm guessing everybody's enjoying the podcast. Oh, so get this. I have a
Oh,
so
Is
on
this
the
a-
weekend I went out with one of my friends I haven't seen in a while.
yeah, Saturday?
On Sunday?
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. So we went out to this jam down in Pickering in the middle of friggin' nowhere. And so this guy was like, "What is this?" He sends me this message on Instagram. And I was like, "It's my podcast." "Dude, you have a podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah." "What's it about?" I'm like, "Watch it." So he's like, "Okay." So he watches it, started watching the first episode, and he's like, "This is really good. I'm actually liking it." He's like, "This is some good stuff." And I'm like, "Thank you. I'm glad you like it."
That's great. This is like a random guy or like a guy you know?
No, this is a guy that I've known now for a good couple of years and stuff like that. He
that's
came
so
out to this
funny.
jam. Like, he ended up showing up to this jam late. Wayne. I'm dropping your name. But he ended up showing up. But yeah, he was just like, yeah, he's got himself hooked on it now.
Hooked on the juice.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess he finds it oddly juicy.
Yeah, he's like, "You guys are great." I'm like,
I mean, like, yeah. That's kind of the review, the common review I've heard from most people is like, they like it because, and you at home, everybody at home can, who's watching this can relate.
yeah.
But yeah, everybody who watches this is just like, it's nice because a couple of friends were like, yeah, I like to put it on Sundays. My buddy's like, yeah, I like to blast it through the house on my TV as I'm cleaning the house on Sundays. And he's like, it's nice because he'll be in his apartment alone, and he'll be having it's like he's like, it's like I have two people that I'm hosting in the living room that are talking about juicy stuff. And I was like, are you okay? Are you lonely? He's like, no, just on Sundays.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, everybody who comes across it likes it.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of people now find it like out of the blue.
Really? Okay.
I guess because our names are in the description or something,
Yes.
so it gets linked to other things.
Yes.
But yeah, I've had a couple people come across it. They're like, yeah, I was looking through YouTube, and is this you? I'm like, oh yeah, you found that? And they're like, and we're like, yeah, this is great. Why don't you post this?
And
I was
you're
like,
like,
I
"It's
do
already
post it.
posted."
I do post
That's
it.
how you found it.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
They're like, more people should know about this. I'm like, yeah, put the word out.
Exactly.
So today, who's
What's the
texting
topic?
me?
The hot topic for today.
Today, the topic is you're dating their representative. Very diplomatic.
Sounds like it.
So I'll do my little monologue first, and we'll go into what the actual topic is.
Okay.
They said they loved hiking. You said you were low maintenance. But now it's week 10, and neither of you can keep the act up. So let's talk about dating reps. The PR versions of ourselves we send on first dates. So something interesting that I always find with relationships, and this it doesn't have to be romantic. This can be friendships or working relationships or whatever the case is. One thing I always find is that you get to know somebody. You're like, oh, this person's great. I love this person. I think they're amazing. And then 3 months, 4 months down the line, you go, ooh, who is this asshole I've linked up with? Oh my God.
Is this in reference to anything that's happening right now?
No.
Okay.
Nothing right now.
Okay.
I mean, there has been many moments.
Yes.
But
The
yeah,
mosquitoes are out, guys, by the way.
yeah,
So
they
they're
are.
full
The
force.
fire, I think, is going to keep them at bay a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always find that not everybody, but there's a lot of people who put out the best version of themselves
100%.
to impress, and that's good. But you got to make sure that that person's consistent, right? You know, you can't be showing me all this wonderfulness and then it turns out you're a psycho. Literally at you, yeah. Well, and it gets every day. I feel like it gets worse, and the more I hear, the more I go, oh my god, man.
Cringe.
So yeah, this whole topic, like, and it was funny. I was thinking about it as I was doing work today, and I was like, oh, this is a good thing that me and Natalie should chat about on our episode, because it's just such a common issue for people. Is I just didn't really know them, and I mean, and the facade can stay up for a long time. Like I know people who dated people for a year and a half, 2 years, and then all it took was maybe not time, but it took a moment, a little bit of pressure, a little bit of uncomfortableness, and then they were like, oh my god, this is the real person.
Okay.
So the first question,
Yes.
what version of yourself shows up early on? I could answer this right away. If you want me to start, what you think?
Yeah, you start because you know me. You've known me well enough now, so you
Well,
know.
I'll say it about
You say what your
myself.
thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll say it about myself.
Yeah.
So I noticed in the beginning, and I'll call it what it is. Obviously, it's very very open. I give a lot,
Yes.
a little too much,
Okay.
and I put up with a lot. So the review that I've gotten in my longer relationships is that I used to put up with so much, and now I don't put up with anything.
Is that a good or bad thing?
Well, it's a good thing for people, but
Right.
it's a bad thing when you're not consistent with setting boundaries is along the lines. But like when somebody says something in the beginning, I might be like, oh, whatever. They don't mean it. They don't know. It bugs me. Whatever the case is.
Right.
They say something, I won't say anything about it. But then down the line, say in a month or 2 months or 3 months, once I know this person a little bit better, and they say something, I might be like, yo, that's not okay. Or they do something, I might let it slip.
Yeah.
But like, oh, an hour before plans, oh, sorry, I can't do tonight. Okay, no problem. But then down the line, oh, I can't do tonight. Okay, that's fucked up. Why didn't you tell me that's earlier in the day?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Right.
So I would just say like being a little bit shorter, a little bit more cutthroat, call it.
Now
Once my facade
wears off.
wears off.
Okay. Okay.
Once the lovey-dovey first 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
Once, and not even like the facade, but just once I get to know a person more.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just to do with like, okay, now that I know you on a deeper level, I have a bigger expectation for you, a higher expectation for you. So I noticed that my boundaries get a little bit more firmer, and my expectations get heavier.
Yeah.
And so therefore I'm a little bit more cutthroat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I give a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
And not that I don't continue to give, but I think it's lessened.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of giving in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then as it goes on, it becomes just less frequent. And so I think that it's like call it love bombing in a way, because then
I was
people are
about
like,
to say that, but
whoa.
I wasn't too sure if that was a little too heavy of a
No,
term.
it's toxic. It's toxic. I don't mean it to be toxic. I mean
Yeah.
it, like out of a good place, but
Of course.
but I'd say that. I'm trying to think what else I do.
Yeah.
I'd say those are the big ones. Giving like, and it's all good intentions.
Yes.
But as you know, the pathway to hell is paved with good intentions.
I agree.
So yeah, no, I just say that I give a lot, and then that kind of pulls back a bit, and then I'm a lot more forgiving, and then that also pulls back a little bit.
Yeah.
And I also think, I mean, I've had this conversation before, and I defend myself in the sense of, well, I feel like that's a natural progression of getting to know somebody, because maybe not the giving one, but like the being a little bit less forgiving, because like if some random person said, I don't know, I don't like your hair, I'd be like, okay, go fuck yourself. But if somebody I've known for a while is like, I don't like your hair, I'd be like, whoa,
what
do you mean you don't like my hair?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
What about you?
I'd say mine is along the same similar lines as yours. I'm
Hmm.
very like giving in the very beginning. Maybe not right off the bat, but like after a little while, I like to give like little small gifts and acts of like service, like we talked about before. I like to
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
cook something or like pick up something that I remember that this person likes or whatever, right? Small things like that. But I don't do it on the regular. Like I'll do it like here and there. And then like I try to continue that, but I think sometimes it could be a little bit too heavy for some people and they're not used to it, right? Like um and I'm very giving. I feel like I have boundaries and then eventually like I told you in many episodes, you guys know my boundaries kind of like at gray light area, I guess, when it comes down to some certain things. But no, I feel like those qualities are pretty much like the same like yours.
Hmm.
I think very much like similar,
Yeah, I think it's a very
common ish.
common. Yeah, I was gonna say unanimous, but yeah, common's a better word. They're common problems because when the rose-colored glasses are on
Yeah,
and things are new, you have the tendency to want to please that person. I think it's a natural response for everybody. I mean, that's why we're having this conversation because
right.
everybody sends their PR representative,
Of course.
and the PR representative comes with flowers and comes with presents
Hmm.
and does a little bit more, and it's under the whole concept of, well, you want to appease them, and then the
Yes.
problem is once you get comfortable in a relationship, then it's less about impressing them and more about, well, now the relationship's different, the dynamic's different,
Right.
right? um, which is hard, but I think it's just a natural progression of relationships.
Yeah.
So now that we've fended up, or what is it? What's that word? Where you say where you've given it up. You fent it fended.
I guess. I don't know. Is that the word?
Oh, I can't even think of the word. I know Julian doesn't watch this. Julian watches my other podcast, but Julian's always quick to
To come
quick
up
to
with
be
a.
like quick to be like the movie you were talking about is this, or the word you were looking for is
Oh God.
this. So I know
Okay.
he doesn't watch this, so he doesn't correct.
Okay.
Um, when do people start acting and start showing their actual selves?
Mm. I'd say anywhere from the 3 month mark onwards, if they're not already showing that like right off the bat.
Yeah, I find 3 months.
Three within the period of 3 to 6 months,
I
that's
think I
usually when
think
I see it.
I mean the rule is nobody can keep a mask up past 7 months. I think.
Oh, that's too long.
Well, it's
Yeah.
too. I find it's too long,
Yeah.
and I think that you're the more subtle masks
Yeah.
or the narcissistic masks. I think take a little bit longer to fall. So nothing lasts past 7 months, or no mask lasts past 7 months, because I think if you're in a relationship for 7 months, there's a certain amount of vulnerability, and with vulnerability comes truth.
Mm.
And also, 7 months is a long time, enough time for instances and situations to happen.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's 3 to 5 months is the common agreement.
Yeah.
Um, I find that it's when stress comes up,
When
stress or
the
strain.
layers start to peel.
When when you start finding out who that person actually
Okay.
is,
Yes.
how they deal with stress,
Yeah.
whether that's work stress, family stress, life stress,
Yeah.
situational stress, anything.
Right.
I find that's really really common. Um, I have a couple little prompts here. Uh, so one of the ones was lazy Sundays. So that's like when you guys are both chilling.
Yeah.
I find that that's an interesting take on when things are revealed, because that reveals a
Really.
lot about, well, a person's ability to be settled
Mm.
is a really big indicator of who they are as a person. Because there's a lot of people who I didn't realize couldn't chill the fuck out.
Oh, okay. Like have to be constantly like moving or
Doing
constantly doing
something,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
doing something,
Yeah.
moving, have to, like, it's nice to
Just.
go. Well, it's nice. It's called. I was who said it? Somebody, one of my friends said it on the weekend. He was like, "You got a European max," and what he means by that is go have a coffee and a meal and have that take all day.
Yeah.
And like, I'm happy to do. I'm happy to just go have a coffee, have some food,
Yeah.
and let that take all day. Chat with people, do whatever, just hang out.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who, you go out to a cottage with them, or some, you're out like film people when I travel with them, some of the people that I work with, I'll be like sitting at breakfast and we'll have a day off and they'll be like, okay, let's go explore, let's do this, let's do that. And I'm like, whoa, it's the day off, chill. I'm gonna sit my ass here and I'm gonna have my 2 coffees, and if that takes me 2 hours, that's all right. So ability to chill.
Yep.
First argument, that's a big one.
Yep.
Post-sex realness.
Oh, okay.
When people crack, they also crack. Yeah, I think a lot of men. I think that's a men thing when they have sex with maybe women too. I think when you experience sex with one another, that allows the mask to start cracking.
Mm. But why do you think that is?
Well, I'd say for men, it's because like their goal in a relationship, or not relationship, but like their goal when they're pursuing a woman, I feel like sex is a big factor. And so a lot of men...
You would think sex is a big factor. Okay.
Well, except for people with a name starting with O. O apostrophe.
There's no apostrophe, but okay.
Oh, there isn't? Oh, even worse. Yeah, I'd say that most of the time, not all the time.
Yeah.
You hope that sex isn't the point, but I find a lot of men are pursuing and they want the cookie.
Right.
So I'd say once they get it, then you notice, oh, they got it. They don't care about me as much. There's that stereotypical, like, the guy's all romantic, like in a movie. He's all romantic, and the girl's like, wow, swooning at him. He's so perfect. He's so dreamy. And then he finishes, and he goes, all right. And she's like, what, where are you going? There's work to be done. Bye. Throw cash at her. Yeah. But I thought we were going to hang out.
Yeah.
Spend the night together.
Yeah.
Nope. Very busy, very important work to do. Sorry, miss. And then I also find, I find sex brings emotions out of women. And so I think that...
But it does so for men too, though.
It does. Well, I agree with you. I don't think women are as pursuant of sex and just I want sex. Not everyone. There is women.
Yeah.
There's women who I'm sure do the same thing. The guy's
well, when they're not really getting it in a relationship very often, they're going to demand that.
Yeah, the guy's laying on the bed. Oh, I thought we were going to have cuddle time. That's not how this works. As she adjusts her bra and leaves.
Yeah, okay.
What else do I have written down here? Text slow down.
Yeah.
Green flags. Oh, God. Green flags fade.
Yep.
The question creeps in your mind, this isn't the same person I met.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories of drastic mask drops? Potentially a modern one.
Yeah.
Post or a present issue.
I don't know. Like this like you're so used to having certain things happen. Not to say it's a routine, but if you text, again, we talk about texting. If you text a person back. It doesn't have to be the same time, the same, like right after. And obviously in the very beginning, that's how it is. And then, like you just said, texts start to fade. But when you get to the point that you read my text and you don't even respond at all, that pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Because it's like, then you're calling me and saying, oh, I read your text. Bro, I sent that to you in the morning or yesterday, and you're just now getting to me about this. That shit, I don't like. And, like, it was so consistent. Like, why fall off the books? This is just an example. Why fall off the books when it comes down to texting? Again, we talked in many podcasts in the past. Everybody's always on their phone at any point of the day. I don't care. And you're talking to Sam, Sally, Rick, Bobby, whoever. But you're not calling me. And you're supposed to be, like, with me. And you're supposed to be talking to me and whatever. And it's just, like, I don't get why text fades. Like, there's no reason for that.
But texting constantly takes a lot of...
Okay, but I'm not saying this text constantly. I'm just saying, like, if I send you a text, you and I are pretty good. If I send you a text, you respond at some point. Most of the time, we respond pretty good with each other, like within whatever.
Me and you are pretty fast.
Yeah.
But this is going to be my next point with it.
Yeah.
A lot of people I find are bad at texting, and I would say one of the PR things that come up, or the PR representatives for people,
Yeah.
the face that they put on is being a quick texter for that person because they're excited.
Okay, but that's great. So then are you telling me that in a relationship when that 3 to 5, 6 months happens, you're not
Well,
you're fading?
they're not. Yeah, they're not concerned anymore. It doesn't hold the same intensity when you
But
text.
this is what I'm saying is like it
Yeah,
comes back to the whole chase is always good. There should always be a consistent chase. That's how a relationship evolves. That's how
yeah,
a relationship gets stronger. That's how a relationship forms into different things. And it can be playful. Like it's playful chasing. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's like my boo is like next to me. It's like, well, I haven't heard from all day. And it's just like, you're kind of like in that zone again. And it takes you back to like when you first started texting and you were like on it like all the time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But then when somebody starts dropping small things like not calling often, not texting, and you're trying to bring that back up, and that keeps balling like in your face, like it keeps, you know what I mean, like flatlining in your face, you start to back off too. So then that's when both people start to just pull away slowly,
It's a good
right?
point. Yeah,
Like communicating is always important. I don't care whether it's like via face to face, in a text, on a phone call. Some people text better than they talk to people in person. Some people vice versa. Some people are better on the phone. It doesn't matter. You're still trying to come across and communicate. With this person, I have a hard time. Yes, I'm going to be honest. I have a hard time talking to this person face to face because I feel like they're just judging me all the time. Like I told you, and I told you guys, it's like when I talk and if my head's like this, what's wrong with your neck? It's like there's nothing wrong with my neck, but my neck just happened to fall this way, and that's an issue for you. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's like the smallest little move is like
hypercritical,
observant.
hypercritical.
And that's why it's almost like I can't talk to you because I feel like every time I say something, you're gonna critique every single word that I say in a sentence, every single one. So what's the point of me talking to you? It's better for me to text you because then I can get my point across to you. Because if I talk to you, or if I've talked to him on the phone, he's like, okay, what are you getting at? Because he said to me one time, this has been taking like 7 minutes. You've been talking, but I'm not done talking about what I'm trying to say. But now you're trying to cut me, and so you didn't like it. You want me to try different ways. You'd rather prefer me talking to you or whatever, or pick up the phone. And then when I pick up the phone and try to talk to you, you don't want to talk about it anymore. You want to cut it. So where's the respect in that?
Hmm.
In allowing your partner to to like express themselves, I guess. And that's the thing is like that's the thing that sucks. Is like I said, it's like the initial chase, the initial getting to know each other is always going to be roses. It's
It's always
always going to
fun.
be great. Always. Until you start seeing the things that are like, oh, yeah, I don't know if I really like that.
Well, and this is an interesting thing, right? If you start already getting to that point where it's not exciting, not enjoyable,
Yes.
I would say that's your cue
But this is
ta.
what I've been doing.
Well, but this is the problem, right? Because what happens when you get into that scenario, you get into that situation, and you go, "Wow, it's been 3 months, 4 months with this person, and I'm really not enjoying anymore because everything they used to do that I enjoyed, they don't do anymore." Well, you start cutting the point, but then if they're extra, because I noticed with this guy specifically, whenever you raise your concerns, he comes back strong. He does a good show for a bit. You're like, oh, okay, maybe it will work out. He's doing things nicely, like well this time. And then a week later, it's like.
Yeah. But this
And
is why I said I've stood firm and said, that's it. And like,
yeah,
enough is enough. But then you were just here before we started this podcast, and then the text came through, and you're just like, what the hell? And I was like, yeah, why?
yeah,
Why
it's
do I
pretty
need
bad.
to continue? I told you already. No.
Yeah,
No.
it's pretty bad.
It is. I don't think some people understand when you're just done. You're just tired. You're tired of saying that you're tired. You're tired of
Well,
being tired.
and now you're trapped, right? Because you already know the answer. You know it's not going to work. You know you're not interested in pursuing any further, and yet he likes the idea of having a partner. He likes going out with you. He likes what you do for him, whatever the case is. And now he likes it and wants to preserve that. And you're like, well, no, I'm done. Ship has sailed, right?
There's nothing to preserve.
But this is a good thing. Actually, this is a good point. A big thing that we didn't say before. When somebody shows up in the PR phase,
Mm.
they unconsciously shape themselves to be a positive fit for you. I find that happens a lot.
Yeah, but then again, we go back to one of our episodes when you're a chameleon and you're changing and you're
Yeah.
contorting yourself to appease somebody when you're not really being who you are.
Or woo somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And and that person, whoever you're with, should take all the good shit and the bad shit about you. Like, everybody has good and bad qualities. But to be constantly berated about how you are, that's really how they feel and think about you. And then you've heard the text, you heard it. They left me a voice text or whatever, voice message, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, really? That's
It was
clearly
pretty.
what you think about
It
me
was
then.
pretty shocking to hear what he was saying to you.
Yeah.
And then
Now, he didn't say I was acting like, he said that I was acting like one when we were talking on the phone, but he didn't say that.
no, he just
Stop being a,
he just called you a bitch.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And I mean, this is another thing too. Like, I also find that once people think that they have you, they feel entitled to change you
Mm-hmm.
or to adjust you to how they like it.
Yes.
And I think a common thing with this man that you're experiencing is that he's always expecting you to maneuver and mold yourself around him.
That's how I feel. And this is the thing, is like a relationship we've both expressed. Everybody knows it's two-sided. There's two people. So you can't mold one person to the other. Your whole point of being in a relationship is to combine two worlds into one. Okay? And if that one person happens to like some of the things that they do, that's no problem. You can mold yourself into certain aspects of their life, but that doesn't necessarily mean you mold into their whole frame of what they expect you to be and fit in a box.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work like that, because every time you do that with somebody, especially one that is very vocal and very, like, hard-headed like me, I can be, you're going to get a lot of push and pull, a lot, all the time, to the point that I'm just like, I'm tired now. I don't even want to, like, engage anymore. This is why I don't text. This is why I don't call. I don't want to put any more effort into it.
Because it's done.
But that's exactly my point.
It's done, and people just can't accept that it's done.
Well, that's the sad part of reality, is when people can't accept it. It's like, I don't understand what you want. If I'm going to hang out with somebody, I'm going to be with somebody, I don't think you want to feel the leftovers of whatever is left, if there's anything left there, which is like nothing. I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, well, why are you so quiet? Well, I got nothing left in the tank. Nothing. So it's pretty sad how you have to be very careful, because relationships, it's like you don't want everything gung-ho right in the beginning, because you don't leave any room for mystery. You don't leave any room for getting to know that person in small little increments. Like, it's good to have that, but as soon as you start peeling back the layers, you can really gauge, like, if this is somebody that you can actually see yourself with long term, or whatever the case may be, right? So it's kind of good to kind of, like, see, in my eyes, it's good to see when the layers are peeled back, because that's really who they are.
Yeah.
Right? Like, obviously, everybody likes a chase. We all, like we just talked about, everybody likes that, but it's good to see how the one person that you're dealing, whoever it is that you're dealing with, it's good to see how they really are in the real light, because then you're kind of like, yeah, you know what?
Well,
I'm
you have
not
to.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. You absolutely have to.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you find somebody who you connect with and who you really like in the beginning,
Yeah.
because then it's always like you have to really be conscious and watch. It's like, is this true?
Yeah.
Is what I'm experiencing from this person authentic, or is this purely because they know that I like this?
Right.
Are they being performative? And I mean, That goes into like the actual the next two questions,
Yeah.
which closes us out at perfectly because we're
Losing
losing
daylight.
light.
Yep.
But the last two questions that I have here is one, why do people fall so fast for the idea of somebody?
Why?
Why do they?
You want me to answer that question? I think.
So there's that, and then the
Okay.
second question is why? What does showing up authentically look like, which relates to what you were just talking about.
Yeah. So why do people fall in love fast? I think a lot of it, to be honest, is infatuation and lust in the beginning.
Yeah,
100%. It's,
I think so, and I
you know
think
what I
also
mean?
just like um the quest for love.
Yeah.
And I also, I mean, to be truthful, I think that it's really hard to find somebody that you really authentically vibe with.
Yeah.
And when you find somebody who you vibe with more than, let's call the typical percent of vibing with people 30%,
Mm-hmm.
when you vibe with somebody, let's say more than 50%, you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I vibe with you more than 50%. And most people, it's like 30, between 30 and 50
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah.
And then I think that gets people really excited
Mm-hmm.
and they're willing to overlook, or not even overlook, but they're just so excited that they found somebody who they have more in common with or is showing mutual interest that
Right.
they're willing to go, 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 go. And only once the 3 to 5 months hits,
Mm.
they go, oh shit, yeah, I have a lot in common with this person, but the 50% I have in common, well, the other 50% is awful. And
Yeah.
like not somebody that I actually want to be with. And I think it's just that innate desire to be loved and to love.
Yeah. I think it definitely is because like we talked about it on one of our other podcasts, it's like I think it's hard for a lot of people to be alone. It goes back to
Yeah.
that too, right? So it's just it's a body.
Its body,
It's
yeah, and
somebody
and
there.
it's a more intimate body because that's what
Yes,
it is. Because yes, you can have friends,
for sure.
but I think a lot of people there is a element of loneliness
Yes.
in their heart
Yeah,
that that they don't you can't fulfill from friends or family
yeah,
that you want from that intimate partner, that romantic
that's right.
partner.
And I feel like in the beginning, I feel like some people cling to that feeling,
Yeah,
but don't know the like can't really process how they really feel. It's all like surface level.
yeah,
If that makes sense to you guys, I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that.
yeah.
I think it's a lot of it's surface level until you realize, you know, this person is really not for me.
That's exactly it. Yeah, and I think that's also why the 3 to 5 month uh, period happens,
Yeah,
because there's you're only willing to put up with shit to a point.
100%.
I like using an analogy for work. It's like I know that I can give people a shitty project, but the next project that I give people for work better be decent
Yeah,
because there's only so much shitty projects that you can do
yeah,
without being drained.
yeah,
And even if it's not too shitty of a project, it's still a drain.
yeah,
And that's the 3 to 5 month timeline. It's like you have that bandwidth for things to be good,
yeah,
and if things aren't good, it's shave, 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 shave until your PR mask goes okay.
yeah,
Go fuck yourself.
yeah. No, I agree. And what was the second question to that again?
And then
Sorry.
the last question was, what does showing up authentically look like in early dating? Is being real too much too soon? Is being your real authentic self too much? How do you clock when someone's actually being themselves? And what have you learned about being most honest up front or being more honest up front?
I think I think it's important to be authentic. We've talked about this many times. It's important to be authentic and not have that fakeness to you because people can see through that really like right away.
Yeah.
So I feel like being authentic to yourself will bring out and help you find that right person for you, right? Like
Right.
because they'll love you for who you are. They'll appreciate you for who you are. And even if they don't in the very beginning, they may end up growing to actually have feelings for you, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's happened many times, right? Where it's just all you have to be is just like just you, and it's just like like we said before, there are billions of people in this earth for everybody. So it's not all hope is lost. It's just people just run around with too many faces and too many masks, and it's good to just be I'm not saying if you're a real asshole, you're a real bitch right off the bat, then maybe you need to work on yourself.
Yeah,
But
right.
but for the most part, most people are, you know, I would think most people are genuine in the first little while of like interacting with somebody that
Hmm.
they're potentially looking as a possible,
Hopefully.
you know, relationship or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, and I would say being your authentic self is both something you should do for other people, but also almost it's a defense for yourself, because if you're being authentic
Yeah.
and true to yourself, automatically you will knock out
Yes.
the people that you don't vibe with, and it will lead you to have less of those inauthentic
That's right.
or those non-authentic relationships, because you're being yourself, and yourself demands a certain percentile of people.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important. And I mean, in terms of spotting it, I think that I think it's really hard. I think it's really hard to spot authenticity.
Yeah.
I think you really have to look in the little moments, like how they handle stress,
Yeah.
and how they handle like treat other people. Like there's that waitress
Yes.
test we always talk about.
But I think a lot of it has to deal with like how you interact before you see each other.
Yeah.
A lot of it is dealt with like how you communicate when you're
Yep.
talking on the phone, like
That too.
the
Yep.
conversations, you know what I mean? The way that your style of communicating is, you ask questions, you're giving little bits tidbits of yourself, right? So as you're asking questions and you're asking like, you know, what do they think about this? What do you think about that? You're starting to build a, a character reference of who that person is.
Yeah.
So when you're going to go meet them on this first date or whatever, you're like, okay, yeah, you're starting to be like, yeah, what you said and how you are is actually what you said and you are, and this is what I'm getting. So then it's gonna help pursue and allow you to, you know, decide if you want to continue on. And again, a lot of that will still come from like communicating, right? Like different ways, right? Because it's not always just about like, you know, you just meet the person. Like you have to communicate. Obviously, people communicate before you meet, right? Like the majority of people, right? Unless you're doing this swipe left, swipe right shit, whatever. But there's always some level of talk and like some
Ahead of time.
level
Yeah.
of like things that you have in common, I guess, that help.
Push things along.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Well, if you don't have something, then why are you
yeah.
gonna
Then
go to? Yeah.
what's the
What's the
point,
point?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, no, I don't. I totally agree. But I think authenticity in the beginning, it's very hard, unless you already know things going into a first date about how a person is or how they react to certain things or like their personality. Then yeah, it's hard to spot that right away. But most people have a lot of common sense and are level headed and can sniff that shit out
Yeah.
really quick.
I would say that most. I'd say most people have that innate ability to just kind of just understand people,
Yeah.
because everybody, you always get a vibe from people.
Yep.
And like even yesterday I was at a friend's house for dinner, and we went outside just to go for a walk, or we were walking for dessert, sorry.
Okay.
And so it was me, him, and his wife, and we were all chatting, and we walked out, and the neighbor's like, "Watch out, guys! There's a big wasp nest up in that tree there." And just there was nothing wrong with what he was just dealing with a wasp nest, but the way that he the way he told us that it was there, the way to watch out, the little small talk we did afterwards, he just kind of had a weird vibe about him,
Mm.
very different. And I walked away being like, that guy was kind of weird. And they're like, yeah, we call him the weird neighbor. I'm like, oh, okay, good. I'm glad we're all on the same page,
Same page,
right?
yeah.
And so, in terms of authenticity, I think it's very rare you're going to find somebody who's like the perfect narcissist and
Yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
perfectly manipulate you. And you're like, "Oh, I had no idea he was so charming and amazing. Like, and then all of a sudden he's this horrible asshole." It's
Yeah.
like, I think that there's a lot of indicators that you
Yes.
just overlook in the beginning.
Of course.
And so really being just honest.
in tune, yeah,
In
and
tune,
yeah.
honest, go with your gut.
Yeah.
And like, yes, you may think he's a good looking guy or she's a good looking girl, but maybe it's not worth, suffering.
Yeah.
maybe call it at the first date.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's just enjoy today, and then we just go our separate
that's it.
ways.
That's it. Oh, I can't wait to see you again. Haha, yeah, well, I had a great time. I don't think we should see each other again. You fucking asshole. And you're like, oh, thank
Then
God.
for 3 to 5 months, forget all 3
in
of
a
us
moment,
right there.
in a moment, yeah, in a moment. That's always a good indicator is how people deal with rejection, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I'd love to, but I can't. Calls you.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? You fucking asshole. You think you could just go out to dinner with me, huh? You thought I was easy to crack.
Right?
Huh?
Yeah. You're like,
Whoa.
okay,
The
dodged a
demon's
bullet
out
with that
already?
one.
Yeah, thank God. Whoa, you're not helping yourself, girl.
Yeah. I agree.
I had a rap prompt, but we kind of already answered it.
All right.
If everyone's dating someone's representative for the first 90 days, when do we actually meet each other? I thought it was so deep and poetic, but really it's like 3 to 5 months. 3 to 5 months, you'll find out who that person is.
Yeah.
But then again, I know people who are like, oh, I didn't know the real side of my husband, of my wife, of whoever, until 7 years down the line. And it's like,
no, come on.
no.
Either you were really blind and swept everything under the rug, or you did not clearly see that those were signs.
And I think also, I mean, there's also the whole
denial.
side that it's denial. I think that life changed for them.
Yeah.
And they were just slow to realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many times it's like, oh yeah, I didn't know I was dating a demon. I didn't know I was dating a monster. And it's like, when you actually hear the story, you're like, no, you guys just were so busy living.
Yeah.
And, you know, you had your kid and did this. And now that your kid's grown up, you guys are like, we've grown so much as people outside of it. And we've always had the kid to look at mutually.
Yeah.
That now we're two strangers living in the same house going,
Yeah.
I don't know if I like you anymore.
Yeah. It happens a lot.
It
More
does.
often
It
than
does.
you-
So,
than you know.
yeah, I think it's really hard for people to keep a mask for more than 90 days.
Yeah.
If they do, fucking
They're
congrats.
good. They're good mass
you're-
manipulators. Mass narcissists.
Keep me away from those people.
I
man.
know,
Fucking
right? Because we're all trying to attract good energy.
Good energy.
That's what you want, right?
Yeah.
You don't need all the bad juju.
No bad juju. We don't want that. Keep that bad juju
Keep
off
it
me.
Over
Keep it
there.
away.
Yeah.
You guys go enjoy go put 2 bad jujus together. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Be authentic. I feel like that.
Yeah.
I feel like we always come to that conclusion.
We
in these
always do.
episodes.
Be
It's always,
yourself.
Be yourself.
Somebody
I
will
like
love you. Yeah, somebody will love you for who you are. You know,
That's it.
like we always say, your quirks are gonna make you shine.
Yeah.
And are gonna make you stand out from anybody else. And people will see that, whether it's friends and stuff, right? They'll see all those things and they'll recognize that and they'll appreciate you and support you and love you for who you are. You don't need to
You will have
change.
more authentic relationships
Yes.
if you are true to yourself, because you will
Yes.
attract the people that are good for you.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah. So that's
this episode.
that's it. That's episode 16.
Yeah.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe,
Share.
share. Yeah, share it. Tell somebody you love them, and
Yes.
see you guys in the next one.
Yes. See
I
you.
hope you can see us still.
I know. If anything, you see Nason's shirt and my
You'll
shoes.
you'll probably, and maybe me. Okay. On that note, bye.